Well, hi guys, Lance here from the Rocky Mountain Life channel. It's still the same day that I did my 1-year review video, but I'm off on a rougher trail. I need to get rid of that mirror. That's going to cause me all kinds of grief being up there like that. I'm out here at Mount Baldy, I think is what they call this. This is rough, and it's uphill. Oh, I know where this is. This is where I got stuck last time. Yeah, I came down this thing. This in front of me, and I turned around right about here, actually, I think. And that was painful. And it's going to be painful again here. I made the mistake of stopping. Lost all my momentum. Which is what I did last time. Dude, whoa! Same spot. Oh, Lance, you're such an idiot. You never wanted to come down here again unless you had help. In case you needed it. Alright, I made it out of here last time, and that was on a mostly bald rear tire. I have a better tire today. This should be easier. Let's go. Sorry for the loud breathing. I've been working out pretty regularly lately, but I'm still an old man. Come on, let's go bike. Bite. Oh. This is steep. I'm sliding downhill with the front brake locked up when I'm stopped. There we go. Whew. Well, that was entertaining, even if it was short. Gosh, if I'd have known that steep, ugly section that I just struggled up there ended as quickly as it did when I was here a couple months ago, I'd have just continued on down it. Going down it wasn't that bad. It was interesting. I was having trouble controlling my speed a little bit, but it wasn't too bad. I could have made that because it basically ends up down there in the main road, another 40-50 yards past where I was at. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed my 1-year review video that I put out the other day. Tried to be coherent with my thoughts. I've been really happy with this bike overall. There's no perfect machine, especially when you start talking about dual sports. A lot of the other guys on YouTube talk about the unicorn bike. But specifically when you start talking about dual sports, there's always going to be things about each one of them that you're not going to like as much, that you're going to wish was different. And that's true with this one as well. But overall, I am very, very happy with my purchase. It was expensive. Costs a lot of money. But you get a good bike. A very good bike. This type of place, you know, it's probably not looking that rough on the camera. These action cameras always smooth out the footage and make it look easier than it really is. But I could not imagine horsing around a KLR 650 through this. People do it. A KLR 650 in the hands of the right rider can do amazing things. I am not that right rider. There's snow on this. You know, one thing I did not mention in that review video that I didn't think about things that I don't really like about this bike is I don't really like the brakes a whole lot. The front one is pretty good. I'm okay with that. The rear brake's pretty grabby. It likes to lock up and doesn't take a whole lot of pressure, and that thing will lock right up on you. I wish it had a little more play with it. Give me just a hair more control for those steep downhill, rocky, slidey, sandy areas that are just kind of washing my way down through. But I also don't use the rear brake a whole lot, so it's entirely possible that it just needs to get broken in still a year later. Another thing I did not mention in my review video that I didn't think of as something I don't like about this bike. It's just hard to find neutral. Not much space between first and second gear. And that's good. You don't end up with those accidental neutrals hardly ever. But when you actually want to find neutral, it's a bit tricky. But that's a fairly minor thing. I've gotten used to it now. I kind of learned how much pressure to put on to get it into neutral, so get used to it. But like any bike, especially a dual sport that you do different types of things on, like this kind of dirt riding versus the pavement and other things, there's always going to be some things about it that it's not going to be great at. But it's been my experience that this beta is as good at the way I use it as pretty much anything I could hope for. And I can even jump off of these little whoops, get a little bit of air. I don't have to worry about bottoming out the springs or any of that stuff. And this bike, if you wanted it to, will absolutely fly. It's a lot of fun. So this trail here is known as Trail 379. I mean, they've had some snow up here. Doesn't surprise me. I don't know what the elevation is here. I'm sure it's a lot. I'm just curious. Let's just find out, shall we? What's the point of having a GPS altimeter on your bike if you don't use it? Nope. I think I want to go back here. 11,000 feet. 11,063 feet. That's pretty cool. It says I've already rode 30 miles today. Is that right? Wow, that's cool. So 11,000 feet. Yeah, there's going to be snow. It's mid-November after all. So since it's the same day and the same sort of ride that I did on my last video, I don't really have a theme. I've already talked about today the things that were on my mind, but I do need to let everybody know that where I live, this time of year it starts to get cold and snowy. Today is an exception. It's pretty nice today. I'm not sure what the temperature is out here now. When I first unloaded the bike, it was about 65, but the sun was out. Now the clouds are rolled in. It's definitely cooler. My nose is cold. I put on some thicker gloves, but it's probably, I'm guessing, maybe 50, 52. I'm going into the time of year around here that I can't do a whole lot of riding, but I will get out through the winter as I can, as the weather permits. Try and bring you guys some more content. So today's video is going to be largely scenery. I wish the sun was out. This is a really pretty place, and it's a nice trail. I'm calling it a trail. It's technically a Jeep road, but it's pretty rocky, especially in spots like this. I know I wouldn't drive my truck up here, but if you had a Jeep that's sort of meant for this, probably wouldn't be too bad, I guess. I don't think that would be my idea of a good time. I'd be too afraid of breaking something expensive underneath my Jeep. But I like these Jeep roads like this. This is something that I enjoy. I like having a wider path for me to pick my line through. But talking about where I live, you know, you live in Colorado in these Rocky Mountains, and it's beautiful, and you have a lot of activities that you can do year round. If you like to ski and snowboard, or snowshoe, cross-country ski, snowmobile, things like that, you got all kinds of choices. I don't do the winter sport thingies. I never learned how to ski. I did do some cross-country skiing as a teenager a little bit with my family growing up, but it wasn't a whole lot, and I haven't done it since then. I'm pretty sure I'd be horrible at it. But I also don't like the idea of going out and freezing to death. You know, the idea of skiing in the snow and stuff doesn't interest me. I know a lot of people think I'm crazy, and that's fine. But I've never been a skier, never learned how. Seems like a good way to tear up a knee, blow out an ACL or something like that. No, thank you. So when you have somebody like me, that my hobby is this dirt bike, and most of what I do is in dry, better weather, this time of year does limit me a little bit. So the videos might be a little more sparse, but appreciate you guys coming along. And I hope I can show you some pretty places. They're certainly pretty to my eyes. I enjoy them. To me, this is pretty. I like this. I wish the sun was out. It's kind of dark and gloomy right now, but the location is great. Very pretty. I love being in the trees, in the forest, getting away from civilization. This is the kind of place I like to be. I like having easy access to it. It's one of the nice things about living here in Colorado, is I have easy access to places like this. So anyways, guys, I appreciate you coming along, as always. Because of the weather, I'm not sure when the next adventure will be. Keep your eyes peeled. I definitely will be back. I'll try and bring you something new and interesting to see then too. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Thanks for sticking around. I'll catch you next time.